Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open. So you already know we are buying stocks and we are adding assets to the portfolio. Well, you guys knew it. I told you a couple of weeks ago, we went out of town. We were out of the country and I have been MIA for about 2 weeks. And my gosh, the market has done a lot. We thought we were going to get a Santa Claus rally, but in all reality, everything has been pulling back. Crypto's been pulling back. Bitcoin's been pulling back. The indexes have been pulling back. Everything has been pulling back. So let's take a look at it. Let's buy some assets. And we are now in 2025. I talked about it a little bit over the last couple of months. We are going to be switching up the strategy. And when I say that, we're going to be switching up the actual stocks that we are trading. Some of the stocks that we own, we are going to be purging, and we are consolidating in an effort to just make things easier, less spreadsheet work, make sure that we have all those funds that we want. We are just going to continue to stack assets. We're going to put the drip on. We're going to continue to put more money in the account, and I am working on getting this account to $50,000 by the middle of 2025, and I'm increasing the dividends each and every single week. So let's jump into it. Let's take a look at it. The account's sitting just under 35,000. Like we said, big pullback. So we've seen a lot of pullback in a lot of our stocks. The last time that I recorded a video about 2 weeks ago on this account, all of our DTEs were super up. Now they are down. Our YMAX was up. Now it's down. All of our crypto related CONY, MSTY, BITO, all those are down. So this is the time where we want to buy assets as dividend investors, especially as long-term investors, and we just want to stack it up. So let's do it. We are going to be selling some assets here. We're going to be raising over $4,000 worth of cash, and then we are making some big purchases. And we have some updates for the week. We have the DTE number coming in for the week, how much we're sitting on all those. We will update that as well. And then, yeah, we're going to do a 2024 wrap-up because we are done with 2024. We've received all the dividends we're going to get for 2024. We are in 2025 now, and we have some goals in sight. So let's take a look at it. First things first, buying power 5,145. Oh, of course, everybody likes to see the all-time chart up 36% or 9,307. Not too bad. We have some options on the table. BITO, I've been trying to get this back for under 22 for a couple of months now, or actually a couple of weeks, I should say. We're up on that put right now. Would love to buy back my shares at 21. MSTY would also love to buy back shares there or buy more shares there at the 25 price. As of right now, MSTY is at 26.97, so probably not going to get those, but we have 2 weeks left. Hopefully we get there. We're down on that option, but again, we were paid a premium to try to buy shares for cheaper. We paid $100 to try to buy MSTY for 25. If I can get it, let's get it. Clean Spark, that's way out in the future. We don't have to worry about that when we're down on this position. And all that means is that you could get paid more premium right now to sell this exact same option. I am totally fine grabbing Clean Spark back up at the $9 strike. I paid $225 for it, or I got paid $225 in credit for it. So my actual price, if I get assigned Clean Spark in 2 months, is $8.14. I'll take it if we get there. So those are the options on the table. We got a little Bitcoin because, well, Robinhood gave away free Bitcoin, right? So $8.31. We're just gonna let that sit. Whatever. They ended up just giving us some free Bitcoin for being a gold customer. So let's go. Robinhood's the GOAT. So that's where we're sitting there. Let me come here to our total equity. That's what we like to see, where we have the big dogs in the account. As always, SCHD, VTI, all the DTEs, and YMAX. Those are the big ones. Today, we are adding to these big time, especially on this pullback. But first things first, like we said, it's time to sell some assets. So first one is going to be Maine. Again, these are ones that are very low on the totem pole. And what I mean by that is ones that just don't pay us a lot of dividends. This is a high dividend portfolio. I'm not here for the gains. Yes, I'll take some gains, but my focus with this is to pay my mortgage in the next 5 to 10 years. I don't really care about the stocks growing like crazy. My full focus is to have a set it and forget it, pay me every single week or every single month a paycheck that I could actually take the money out and pay something else, like a car payment or a mortgage payment or whatever. My goal is a mortgage payment. So I'm going to be getting rid of this. $1,495 worth of market value. We are up 30% on this position, or $352. Average cost of 45. Main is sitting at 58. This has been a fantastic investment for me. Don't get me wrong, but It's not paying me dividends. And this is a dividend portfolio. It's paying me between, $6 and $7 a month, which is okay, but it's just not moving the needle for me. It's not serving the purpose I want it to serve. Maybe at a later date we'll get back into something like this, but I am going to be purging this. So we're going to be selling. We're going to be selling all of our shares, and we are going to be getting paid $1,495, and that is going straight back to our cash. So Main is gone. Glad is the next one. Similar thing. We're up 41% on this position, up $300. It's been great for the portfolio in terms of growth, but it's not serving the purpose of what I have in this account. So let's come down here. Let's take a look at the dividends. $5 a month. That's usually what we're getting for this. Not bad, but again, just not doing it for me as of right now. Not worth my time entering into the spreadsheet every single month, and I would rather put that money towards something that is paying me more each and every single week. So getting rid of that one. And next one on the list, Stag. You probably could have guessed it. Very small. This one's paying me $1.64 in dividends. I mean, it's just really not worth my time. This one's also down. So this one's down 4%, and it's only paying me a dollar or two every single month. Not a whole lot of capital in it, but similar picture. We're selling this. So we're taking a lot of capital gains already in 2025, but we are freeing up a lot of cash, right? Like I said, about $400 to $4,500 worth of capital we are going to be raising today by selling those positions. Another one on the list, DIVO. Don't mind the fund. We're up 10% on the position, $123, $1,300 worth of market value, but similar picture. If we come down here to the dividend, this one's paying me about $5 a month. So we're going to sell this here. We're going to sell all of Devo, and we are going to get rid of it. We are consolidating. We are simplifying the amount of investments we have in this account. And let's just look at what we got. We got CONY, MSTY, JEPQ, TSLY, NVDY, BITO, YMAX, RDT, QDT, XDT, VTI, and SCHD. So we just consolidated, right? We just got rid of a bunch of assets. About $4,500 worth of capital, and we booked a bunch of capital gains, which is nice to see, but we also freed ourselves up a bunch of cash. Right now, $9,465 worth of buying power. So it's time to buy some assets. Let's come in here and let's buy some of our favorite ones, especially because these ones have been dipping. So you can see that YMAX is definitely underappreciated here when it comes to the capital. So we're going to be coming in here and we're going to be buying some more of this. What's 25? What's 75? Nope, we're doing 100. We're going to be buying 100 shares, 1,693. We're going to be buying some YMAX. This won't affect our dividends this week, but it will affect our dividends next week. So 1,600, about $1,700 into YMAX. That takes up a good chunk of what we just sold off, but I want to increase this position. We've been talking about it. Now we're up to 333 shares. And 5,644, 13.5% of the portfolio. And we average down a little bit, right? So we're down 4.45% on the total return, obviously not including the dividends, right? But now we have more shares. The drip is going to get bigger, and slowly but surely we build that position up. So that's where we're sitting there. Next one on the list I want to buy is this one. We're going to come in here and we're going to buy 10 shares of XDTE. It's going to be about $500. And we're slowly just going to build that one up. So that's 500 here of XDTE. That brings us to what? $2,200 that we've spent so far. We're not going to spend it all today, but we are going to spend a little bit. 171 shares on XDTE, QDTE sitting at 166, RDTE 153. So of course we're going to come. Of course we're going to come in here and we're going to give both of these a little bit of love, right? So if we look at doing 10 shares here, we're talking $406. That's what we're going to do. All right, 10 shares added to RDTE. This one will slowly but surely continue to raise. So we're going to come in here, $10 here, another 400 there. So we spent a little bit of our capital, not too much. If we take that all, let me just add that up, 500. So we just spent $3,000. So like I said, we sold between $4,000 and $4,500 worth of assets today. We spent $3,000 today. We have some left, but we are just going to wait. I want to see what the market's going to do. I want to continue to buy more shares, and I want to slowly build up these positions. and dollar cost average into them. So we have some surplus cash there. We're now sitting at $6,475 worth of buying power, and we have some dividends that are going to be increasing now, right? So I have a goal for this year, but first things first, let's take a look at some of the dividends we've received over the last 2 weeks. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks since we made a video. So back here about December 20th, I want to show the money that's been coming in so that you can see why we're trying to grow these snowballs, right? YMAX, $31.76, XDT, 101, RDT, 40, QDT, 138. Man, they had some banger payments before Christmas. Love to see that. VTI, 876, that's a quarterly dividend payer. Main, 761, QDT, 131, RDT, 4175, XDT, 9655, YMAX 56, TSLY 69, GLAD 595, BITO 1932. Man, I really want BITO. I want to get assigned on those puts so I can get some more dividend coming in there. DIVO, that one's now purged, $5.46. JEPQ coming in on January. That'll be our first payment in January, $13.75. And then STAG, $1.64, which we also just purged from the account as well. So those are the dividends. That's the proof. You know where we've been receiving the money. So that's that. Let's jump into a couple of other things. We have seen, let me pull that back up. You saw this press release probably today. NVDY coming out at 89 cents. DIPS 50 cents. FBY 44 cents. GDXY 34. And then let's jump down to the YMAG 31 cents. YMAX 18 cents. Not too bad for the weeklies. So I'm not too unhappy about that. Another one I want to talk about. Yes, this is my SPY order this morning. $58,000, bought 100 shares of that. Love to see that. There's the free money we got with Bitcoin. And then let's come down here. This is one thing I want to talk about. Got a couple of goals for this year. $120,000 in option income. We smashed it in 2024. I think I ended up, what do we want to say? I ended up about $175,000 worth of options income this year. So we're not raising the goal. I want that consistent $10,000 a month in options income. You'll see a couple of the trades here between some of my accounts. $25,000 in dividend income. That is one of the things that I'm really focusing on. We obviously fell short of that goal in 2024. 2025, we're going for $25,000 worth of dividend income. And some of the moves I made today are going to help us get there. So wanted to showcase that because that is one of the goals. But let's come down further here. Where are you? Right here. Excuse me. All right, so Roundhill distributions are out. Ex-dividend date was today, 1/2, if you're watching this video on release date. Payday is going to be on Friday, as always, 1/3. QDT, 29.8 cents, which is down from 80 cents last week. Of course it's going to be down. That was a freaking insane payment. XDT, 33.6 cents. Down from 60 cents. Of course, that's going to be down. And then RDT up big time, 59 cents from 27.73. So all in all, a pretty good week, honestly. We'll go over what I'm going to be getting paid. Of course, all the purchases we just made are not going to make a difference in the payments this week, but they will next week and all the weeks going forward. So that's the update there. Not too bad. I'll take all the dividends, but what you guys really want to see probably is the end of 2024. So this was 2024 in a nutshell. We started off January of 2024 at $204.40 in dividends. We started off January of 2023 at $0. That's the difference. I would love to just absolutely slam it for 2025. So there's 2023's data, there's 2024's data, and then now on to 2025. You can see the list is getting shorter. We had a bunch of dividend paying assets. We purged a bunch of them in 2024 and we purged even more in 2025. I want to simplify things. There's no sense in, for me, there's no sense in having just a bunch of tickers. Sometimes you have just too much overlap and it may not be meeting your investment needs. So in 2025, I'm really trying to simplify things. I want less work when it comes to entering data into spreadsheets. I want less work in having to pick stocks. And I want to just slowly build the accounts and I want to slowly focus on the stocks that matter the most to me. So this is 2024. Oh, sorry. This is 2024. I'll scroll in here if you want to see. These are all the dividends that came in. January, 204.40. February, 193.35. March, 357.39. April, 333.82. May, 334. We really found a nice base there in the mid 300s. Then in June, we really started bringing things up. 434.57. We started really scaling into some of these higher dividend incomes. And we just started putting more money in the account, to be honest with you. July, 503. August, this is when we started the margin journey. We started adding a little bit of margin. We started adding the DTEs, and we really started increasing our dividend income. So 882.64 in August of 2024. September, this is our first time we broke 1,000, 11.56. October, 12.37. November, 13.76. December, $1,639. Record-breaking month for me, record-breaking month for the dividend portfolio, and you can see where all the money came from, right? Well, let's jump into it. This is where our money came from in December to end off the year. $146 worth of other, Round Hill, $751, Yield Max, $741, giving us over $1,600 worth of dividend income. BITO obviously has come down, only 2.23% of the dividends coming in. But as you can see, the ones that I'm heavily invested into, QDT 20%, RDT 10%, XDT 15%, and YMAX 13.52% of our income coming in for December. So that's where the money's coming in from. And you can see overall the long term of this portfolio. These are our biggest payers. BITO, NVDY, QDT, CONY, XDTE, DSLY, MSTY, YMAX, RDT. Those are the biggest ones. When it comes to options on the account, you know we've been selling options. We ended up with $3,360 worth of options profit for the year, averaging about $280 added to the portfolio each and every single month in options income. And we hit a huge milestone, and that is $1 an hour. So we average now $1 an hour, 24 hours a day, $365 a year, days a year, and we've done that all passively through dividend income. This is where things get crazy. You can just see the growth from we almost 10x'd our dividend growth in 1 year, from 894 to 8,653. My goal in 2025, like we just showed on X, is 25,000 worth of dividend income. Is it going to be hard? 100%. We have to 3x what we did last year. But how are we going to do that? Well, we've talked about the 4-step process before, but the main things are we are going to deposit money each and every single week, all of 2025. We are going to reinvest all of our dividends. We're going to have growth in the portfolio as well, and we're going to sell cash secured puts. We're going to make income on those puts and sometimes calls if we get assigned. And we are going to continue to reinvest all of that. So that's how I'm going to 3x what I made last year in dividend income. Also consolidating into high dividend yielding things. $1,500 making me, $4, $5 a month in dividends. That's something that I'm going to forego. And you just saw me purge a bunch of assets in that attempt to grow that. So that's that. One thing I want to go over as well, our XDT, QDT, RDT. I know this is a little bit of a lengthy video, but like I said, I've been out 2 weeks out of the country, and so I want to give a big update here because we have a lot to update. Average payment from QDT over the last 4 payments, 53 cents. XDT, 43. RDTE, 38. That's about $800 a month if we keep this pace. We won't, but that's about where we would be if we do keep this pace, right? Next one is, let's take a look. Average this week, we're going to be getting paid $49.47 from QDT, $54.10 from XDT, $90.27 from RDT. So about $200 worth of income coming in from the DTEs alone. And then this is the picture. This has absolutely shifted over the last 2 weeks. And what I mean by that is our total return has dropped significantly because these assets have pulled back a lot. So total return still on QDT. You can see these massive payments. We got 138 and 131 over the last 2 payments. Absolutely crazy. but our total return is now at 7.14% on QDT. XDT, similar, but now down to 5% because the asset has pulled back significantly. And then RDT sitting at only 1.91%. This one's sad to see, but the indices have been pulling back. And when that happens, the NAV is going to be eroding a little bit more. So 1.9% on RDT, and then YMAX. 15 weeks into the journey, we are at about a 5% total return, 22 shares on drip, $56 is our last payment. We've had $425 worth of total dividends paid out on YMAX. Not too bad. And we have scaled from really 66 shares up to 230. And then obviously we just made a massive purchase today. So that's the update there. That's the update on these ones. If things stay the same here, we are looking at over just under $900 worth of monthly income just from these three assets alone, the DTE products, and things are on the rise. So that is the update for me. That's the update for over the last 2 weeks. That is the end of 2024, an absolute wrap, and I am super stoked about it. Just under $9,000 worth of dividend income. We passed $1 an hour, and our sights are set for $25,000 in 2025. So thank you everybody as always for tuning in. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes. Don't forget to drop one on this video. And of course, as always, I will be dropping another video tomorrow. Let's get an update on our $125,000 to $130,000 Roth IRA. So thanks everybody. Happy investing. We'll catch you next time.